Hello and welcome to Center Circle. This is a podcast about soccer, aka football, aka the beautiful game, and all things related to it. I am your host, Alex McIntyre, and welcome to episode 6 of the podcast. Last episode recapped the end of the 2026 World Cup with a look back at Spain and Argentina in the final and the third place match as well, which was surprisingly crazy. This week, we're gonna do something a little different. For the very first time, I've got a guest on the podcast. You might have heard his voice before, but this is for real this time. But just to give a real introduction, it's the man who got me into soccer in the first place, who coached a bunch of my teams, gave me a love of the game. He's a fantastic player in his own right, aka my dad, aka Mr. David McIntyre. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing great. It's a warm August day, but we're here talking about soccer, so I feel pretty good. So just to kind of lay out how I run this, we'll talk a little bit about you, and then talk a little bit about the World Cup, and we'll just kind of see where we go. Sound good?
That's good.
Perfect. So I think what I always find like really cool is that you've got such a long history with soccer, and I feel like every year or so, I find out a new little story that I never knew about before. So I think just to start off, what would you say is your relationship to the game of soccer?
Well, I've from the early 70s, I used to follow the Brazilian soccer team and their format and the way they play and distribute the ball. I got to like that, so I get to love the game. And then I got to see how Germany played soccer, and that enticed me a little bit. I could mesh both teams together and come up with my own format. And then when you guys were kids, started coaching, you guys at a very early age, and you guys liked the game, and I continued with it that way.
Yeah, I remember growing up, I want to say, what's the first team I joined? I must have been 3 years old or something, because I have a very distinct memory of following Ashley. I think we were still in New York. It
Yes.
must have been Queens.
Queens, New York.
So it must have been 3 or 4, but just running after her on the soccer field. I don't even know if I was on the team yet, but that one always stuck with me. So I remember you telling me that you played a lot when you were a kid and did travel. That was with Grenada, right?
Yes, so I played at Presentation Brothers College in Grenada. At that point, I played a center defender and goalkeeper as needed. And then I moved to New York in 77. In 77, I played local soccer in Brooklyn with a lot of pickup games. Then I got on a team. The name of the team is JOA, GJOA. It's the first Norwegian into the U.S. that brought the soccer from Norway to the U.S.
Wow.
And thereafter, I went to a high school that did not have soccer, so I continued to play club soccer and advanced very nicely. Then I took over the center defensive spot, which was called at the time your sweeper position, meaning nothing goes by my defender. If it does, it's all mine.
Yep.
Bar none. Enjoyed playing the game a lot, and moved up, I played for Cabo Verde, I played for the Brooklyn Italians at the time. And then I moved into New Jersey and played for Sheffield United U.S. squad. And thereafter, I went to England, tried out for Queen's Park Rangers.
Oh, no way. You never told me that one. When did you try out for QPR?
1979, and my dad asked me, he said, what happened if you get hurt? I went back to New York and went to school. Continue my electrical engineering at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed the game. I played the game with great enthusiasm. I love the game. I see things in the game that a lot of people didn't see.
Right.
I smiled all game long. No one could get under my skin or aggravate me.
You're just having a good time, right?
I just played the game for fun. Yeah. And then I ran into a coach, Paul Goya, Paul Goya played for World Cup. He was the shortest person to play the game at the time, at 4'8". But when he played, he feels like he was 5'10", 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
And he taught me the game, and he always said to me that, hey, I'm volunteering this game to coach you guys. So whenever you guys start coaching, you can't charge. You got to do it for free, do it for fun.
Yeah.
That brings us to that.
Well, I definitely benefited a lot from you coaching, and you also played with. You said it was the practice squad for the New York Cosmos.
Yes, sir.
What was the league called back then?
It was the Castle. Well, it was the.
It was the NASL. Was that it?
It was NASL.
Yeah.
And it was the last few years of the Cosmos. They picked us up from a practice squad on the Brooklyn Italians. Mm-hmm. And Cap and I played for Yor at the time. People say it's Goya, but it's Yor. And we played there, and they came pick us up to play on their practice squad. I actually get to go to Toronto and played in Toronto at Exhibition Stadium.
Oh, wow.
And that was nice. It was hard for me to get on the team because I was playing behind a very famous guy named Franz Beckenbauer.
Germany, right?
German, yeah. And him and I played the same position, and they wasn't going to change a position on the team, and they weren't going to take him off. So. That's a position I played. I get to play with Sinino, Escandarian, and all those guys were on the team. Bogicevic, Giorgio Canaglia was on that team at the time. So it was a large order.
Yeah.
To be practicing with these guys like twice, sometimes 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And doing some interior work to see how Seamus format the team and how he did things. But it was an eye opener.
Yeah. Those are like the tip top guys in the game.
Yes, they were the top guys in their field. And there was one young guy. His name was he was from Trinidad, and he got into the midfielder position. He came on the same squad like we did.
Wow.
And he actually made it to an everyday starter. But that being said, it was a great experience playing with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I remember this one story. I think this was when I learned this information. I think it was maybe mid 2000s, late 2000s. You were must have been either Greenbrier Mall or Cumberland Mall or something, but you're walking by and you hear this guy call your name. It's like, hey, it's like David, or like, are you David? And you turn around and it's Pele.
Yep.
The Pele.
The man himself.
How did you how'd you meet Pele? He was with the Cosmos at the time?
He was at the Cosmos at the time I was practicing, and I always had to practice against him. He was a center forward, and I was a sweeper. And at the time, the format that the Cosmos used, they always wanted the sweeper to stay close to him, to Pele, because the midfielder always took up a lot of space. Bogicevic, he's 6'7", so he used to block the sunlight. So my job was to pull up and bring Pele with me. Mm-hmm. But Pele used to tell me how high he was going to jump for the next cross, and I had to come up to be as tall as he was. But we both were the same height.
Yeah.
So, and then follow that. A couple of years later, I was working at Moe & Comic Lines and doing some shipping while I was doing engineering. And one day he wanted to ship stuff to Africa, and the ship was leaving in about 8 hours, and the container was already on the dock. And he came in and he looked down the thing and he says, "That's David down there. Get David for me." And my boss, Mr. Peterson, says, "Who's that?" And I goes, he looks at his name. He goes, "I don't recognize this guy." And I go to him, "That's Pele." And he looks at me. He's like, "But that is not his name." I said, "But that's Pele." So he came in and he brought everybody gifts because he's known for that.
Yeah.
And he came in and he said, Mr. Peterson says, "David, can you get this paperwork done to get this man on the ship?" I said, "I can get the paperwork done, get it to the World Trade Center, from the World Trade Center, get it to the captain on the ship." I left Pele and talking to everybody at the office and giving them signature, and I took off running. And next time I saw him, he's like, you are the best. I got more to do because he was doing a lot of charity in Africa.
Yeah.
He stopped the war in Africa for the whole game that he was going to play.
Wow.
So he is very impressive.
Yeah.
People believed in what he did and how he did it. Very soft-spoken, spoke very little English, but he carried a large stick.
Yes.
Yep.
Because he's not just like a Brazilian legend, but he is the legend of international soccer.
Correct. No one could tell me. He was compared back in the day to George Best, but George Best was a person of a different.
He was England, right?
He was English, yes.
Yeah.
He was just a different human, but Pele was real.
Yeah.
You know, he used to show up in Brooklyn at the Brazilian places, and everybody would just be celebrating Pele because he was Pele.
Yeah.
He was the best. You know, a lot of people say, well, you know, Messi is better than him or scored more goals. They never played his game. You know, he would pull 2 defenders or 3 defenders with him, and Carlos Roberto would be free to shoot. That's your center midfielder.
Yeah.
Or your sweeper would come up in a free position. That's how Brazil played the game. Brazil played the number games.
Yeah.
They played where if you would mark our man, one man is free, and everybody needs to know who that free man was at the time. But we know that Pele would always take 2 or 3 players with him. So if he drifted to the right, the left side was open. If he drifted to the left, the right side was open for shots.
Yeah, because everybody had to make sure they knew where Pele was.
Yes, yes. And if you playing one man that strong, the others are free.
Yeah, I think Messi is the comparison I see a lot of people making today.
Yes.
Where, like, you know, especially for Argentina, he's like, when he shows up, people are like mobbing the place. I think that's why he moved to Miami, so he could like go to Publix in peace, right?
Yes.
But whenever I see Messi and how people play Messi, even though he's 39 now, like you could kind of see it in some of the games where people are like forgetting where Messi is, and then they're like glomming onto him. But whenever I think of Messi and I see Messi, I always think of what you say about Pele and how he like he's the like the measuring stick against which like
Yes.
Messi is measured.
Correct. Messi is measured against Pele. And at the time, there was nobody to measure against Pele.
Yeah. He just was the greatest.
He was just the greatest. Maradona was measured against Pele. So he was the measuring stick in which everyone used to compare how good they were.
Yeah.
But when you look at his game, he was playing in his World Cup status and his international. There was never that many international games played when Pele was playing. Mm-hmm. So the guys of the modern day played more games than him.
Right.
When we played back in the 70s into the 80s, the rules were different. In the last 10 years, FIFA had installed a lot of new rules which benefit the players. Mm-hmm. And you couldn't pass the ball inside the penalty box. That's one of the rules. Your handball rules are different.
Offsides rules are different.
Yes, all these rules are different. So it favors the today players than the older players. Mm-hmm. And the older players just had mad skills. You had to compose. All the Brazilian players were composed players when they pick him. The players from Germany or France or even Argentina, they pick their players for positions and players who are versatile. Mm-hmm. Today, guys are just different. They play a different game today.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of like how I see people talking about the difference between the NBA even like 10, 15 years ago and today. It's just like the game model has changed completely, and like I guess there's like differences in athleticism, but also differences in skill. Yep. Where like you see, I think about it with the modern Brazil team, right? We were talking about this when the World Cup was happening just now, where the old Brazilian team, that was like beautiful. It was beautiful to watch because mm-hmm. they all had skill and they had personality and flair, and they all like moved fluidly and like passed around, and you never knew who was going to be the most dangerous person.
Right.
Even though they had, I mean, from Pele to Ronaldo to Ronaldinho to Neymar and all these different guys. Like everybody on the team could, like Marcelo, like everybody on the team could do a number on you and make it look pretty.
Right.
But today it's all running, almost like the English model is like permeated the game. It's all like speed and running and trying to run you over. And I think we were talking about how they look like they're a worse team because they're trying to play all defense and then try to score sometimes instead of just playing soccer.
Ball. It's like there's a couple of players that always stands out for Brazil. There is a player called Thunga. Thunga, his thighs were twice the size of my thighs.
Bigger than Hulk?
Yes, he played center midfield. All the balls went through him. So the ball had to go to the center of the field before distributing. And before it crosses the field to the other side, it went through the center midfielder. Another guy that played the same format, because there was Brazil's format, was a guy named Socrates. Socrates is the guy who went to Japan to teach the Japanese the Brazilian style of soccer. If you noticed, the style of soccer they played against Brazil in this World Cup was the same style Brazil played. So
that is such a great point. Because Japan because I was making the point a few weeks ago that Japan had been playing more and more dangerous, more and more like fluid.
Yes.
That makes so much sense. I never really noticed that.
Yes, they recruited them after they retired from the World Cup squads, and because most of the players in Brazil actually played in Brazil. They didn't venture out into Europe and stuff like that in the 70s. So what Japan did was recruited these guys and paid them a lot of money to come and coach the format that they were playing there with the consent of the Brazil Federation of Soccer.
Oh, wow.
They let them do that because Brazil had developed their own format of playing.
Right.
Where we play the ball and my ball, I'm playing with my ball. You can't touch my ball because I won't let you touch my ball. That was Brazil soccer.
Yeah.
Brazil developed the triangle system.
Oh, that's where they came from?
Brazil was the only one that played triangle. Every guy had to be in a free position to collect the ball. There was always one free man.
Because I remember that was drilled into my head from like, the U8 soccer team. It was like, all right, play triangles, make sure you have one guy over here, one guy over here. Like we drilled it in practice all the time.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. Brazil actually developed that format to play that kind of game. So they would always have the ball. They used to be 75 to 80% possession team in every game they played.
Yeah.
So they always was contenders for World Cup or the South American Cup, as it was called back in the day. Mm-hmm. And they didn't play, as I said, they didn't play many international games back then. So Pele does not have any, like, how should I put it, great stats on international goals because they never played all of those.
Right, because they love the stats.
They love
these days.
These days, everybody loves stats, but stats wasn't kept back then. I got video of how Brazil practiced and no stats was kept on it.
Yeah, I think it was one of the French players this year, Olise, maybe, who broke Pele's assist record for the World Cup. Mm-hmm. But you got to think about that, right? Because they expanded the World Cup format. Mm-hmm. This is like 2 expansions from when Pele used to play.
Correct.
So that just makes Pele's record feel even crazier that he did it in with a smaller
amount of games.
Set, yeah.
So that's what I was getting to when I alluded to get to that before. Pele always took 3 or 4 players with him.
Right.
2 or 3 players on this side. He moved to that side. The defender would come and match up with him. And anytime he gets the ball, he does not keep it because that man is going to be free to score.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier. And when he was free with 1 man on him, he was taking that shot. He feels like a giant on headers.
Yeah, and I've seen some of like the video. That man could jump.
I could tell you how he jumps because I played against him. He tell you, he says, David, this high. It's coming when Menino would cross to him. And Sininho was the other left winger who was the guy who always walked with a hobble. Mm-hmm. But when he starts running, he runs like a lizard. He gets up. And you never know whether he was going to cross or whether he was going to carry. So his footwork was so pristine that you didn't know whether he was going to cross the ball or whether he was going to, that was just a fake to carry 5 or 10 yards further to get you in more trouble.
Yeah.
Because the closer he got to the line, the simpler Pele made it to score.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, speaking of possession, that's one of the things that I've always noticed about like Spain, because I remember like growing up getting to catch some of the Barcelona games.
Correct.
And that was the prime like Thierry Henry, and then Messi came in, and then you had what was it, Iniesta and Xavi and Busquets, and then Spain won in 2010. And you look at them in this past World Cup, and they kind of play the same way, where it's triangles, and they don't have like a star.
No, they don't need any.
But they don't need it.
They don't need any. What they need, what Spain did in last World Cup is what they always did. They go in there with a mindset. You can't fluster them. You can't ruffle their feathers. They play in the format that they practice in every game. So they play like Brazil 74 and 70. When they played the format, you can't get them mad. If you took them down, they just got up and shake your hand and kept moving.
Yeah.
Argentina tried to get under their skin.
Nothing.
They didn't fight them back. They didn't retaliate because they were hoping to get a retaliation that will get you a card, and later they'll go at you and get you a red card, and now they have the advantage. But Spain played, well, I'll pass the ball before you get to me. I didn't have to beat you because my other man could beat you, but he won't beat you because by the time you go for the ball on the other man, he'd pass it back to me and we move the ball forward.
Yeah.
And whenever they had a chance, they'd put their foot on the ball because now they could analyze you. Because in their coaching format, they says, okay, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to play everything on the right side. We're going to play in the right, and all of a sudden we'll change it to the left side through our midfielders.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you have to move your whole team back over to the other side, we'll cross it back over.
Right.
That's how they play.
Yeah. And you always said the ball moves faster than any person can.
You cannot outrun a ball, and the ball don't get tired. Spain just proved it.
Yep.
You know, the ball do not get tired. If it ever gets tired, that means it's no air in it.
So you got to switch it out.
Yep.
Yeah, because I remember, like you always said, like the two things were get rid of the ball before the person comes to you.
Yep.
And you got to come into a game like an astronaut. You got to keep your own atmosphere. You can't let anybody get under your skin.
Nope. It's like, that's what I said. It says you got to play soccer like an astronaut. When an astronaut goes into space, he brings his own atmosphere. He cannot live in that atmosphere out there. You cannot let people ruffle your feathers.
Yep.
You got to stick with your team's goal, to pass the ball purely. Don't try to beat two guys. If you beat two guys, you better be passing it to the free man, because if two men is on you, one man is free. You always have to keep that in mind. And Spain did that. They did that real well. If you noticed, they didn't make many mistakes.
No.
And the mistakes they made, it was overlooked because their men will fall back immediately.
Yeah.
Spain plays man and man.
They play man defense better than any team at all.
That's why in the past years, the teams that play man to man, you can't score on them. You have to be real good because they're on you. If you look at American soccer, English soccer, they only mark you after you get the ball. They always leave the outside man free, the most dangerous man on the field, because if he's free, he can cross it.
And if he can cross it,
that man you can mark one man in the middle one-on-one. He just needs a 50% chance to score.
He just has to jump higher than you one time.
Yes, that's it.
Yep.
And I don't get it. I look at Atlanta United. I look at
the U.S. national team.
The U.S. national team. They always leave the outside man. If you ever played on the team that I played on, my coach would laugh at you because my outside right and my outside left strikers, they're usually the fastest guys.
Right.
And they usually get that ball in the middle, and my guy only have a 50% chance to score. That's a good chance in soccer.
It's a great chance in soccer.
Yes.
And teams these days, like the highest paid guys are the wingers.
Are the wingers.
Usually. Like it's either the attacking midfielder or the wingers.
Correct.
Like it's not the big man striker
Correct.
much anymore, because I think they realize you can if you can beat everybody on the wing, either the wingers can cut in, or they can pass to the striker, they can cross to whoever's in the middle, and they could tear you up.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've noticed from English teams do it a lot, where you always told us not to mark space.
Right.
Right.
Correct. Space is irrelevant.
Like space can't score.
Space can't score. The man can score. So that's why you have to keep that man within arm's length. Mm-hmm. So you know where he is. If you notice how Spain plays, the Spain player is looking at the ball, but he puts that hand out to touch you to make sure you're there.
Yeah, he's not pushing you, but he's putting the touch.
He's putting a touch on you,
yeah,
which is totally legal in soccer. You're just touching the man.
Yeah.
And once that man is not within your touch, you got to find him.
Yep.
Spain plays that defensive game better than anyone in World Cup, and defense wins soccer. Give you a good example. Spain's left fullback and right fullback overlaps repeatedly.
Yes.
Hard to mark an overlap because you're already marking a man. If you're marking a man, and if you're not marking a man, they can play that 1-2 touch all day long. Mm-hmm. They don't have to beat you. Just pass them the ball. The man is at their back. They put it right or put it left.
Yeah, the ball's already past you.
The ball already passed you. And you can't play catch up with the ball. Mm-hmm. But Spain played it well. Argentina did not. Argentina played the aggressive game.
Yeah.
Non-marking. I'll mark you when the ball gets to you.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah. Even if they foul you after you get the ball's already gone.
The ball's already gone. That's why it's a foul.
So regardless of whether, even if they don't call the foul, the ball's already gone.
The ball's already gone.
Like you and your man are on the ground. That's one person out of the play. That's making an attack.
Yep. And Spain did a good job in playing their format of the game.
Yeah.
The way the coach sees it. Coach got good vision.
Yes.
Yep.
So here's a question, because I know you weren't able to catch too many of the World Cup games this year. What else stood out to you from the World Cup? Like what caught your eye? Like, was there a team that you thought was really interesting, or like the refereeing or the rules or anything?
It's twofold. The thing I found out about World Cup is that the announcers are playing the game on paper.
Yes.
Soccer is played on a field with one ball. So basically what they're doing is going ahead and said, this team here, they're loaded. They got this guy, and this guy, right? And you look at small teams like Egypt. They got great players. And they played their game, their format of the game of soccer. And if you want to beat them at it, you have to adapt and defend as they play. Other teams are like the U.S. U.S. played real good. But again, the U.S. played other formats of game, not our game. We tried to adapt other countries' games.
Yeah.
And played it. And Cabo Verde, they played their format of games.
Yeah.
Keeper was never heard of before. Mm-hmm. But he showed up to play.
Yeah.
He defended the goal the best way he knew how to. And the good thing about that is he did not let them in. And that frustrated them.
Yes.
And Cabo Verde team kept their composure. They didn't these guys are better than me, I'll just let them, so fine. No, you're better than me, you got to prove it.
Like so many teams play, Messi and company, and they get starstruck. Yep. But you watch that Cabo Verde Argentina game. One of the reasons that I feel like it was so good was that Cabo Verde just played soccer.
They played the game.
Exactly. Like they wanted to score. They passed around. They had a style, and they stuck to it.
Yep. And they played defense. They played defense well. Mm-hmm. And wherever there was a hole in the defense, the keeper filled that hole. And that's the way soccer is played. Not adapting to other teams, but playing your game.
Yeah.
Once you can play your game, the other team has to adapt. If you make them adapt, then they're uncomfortable.
Yes. And if they're uncomfortable, they don't play their game.
They don't play their game. They can't play their game. The game is only played in one dimension.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the refereeing. I think the refereeing it's left to be questioned.
Because I remember you used to ref games.
Yes, I refed a lot of games.
Because I remember I used to be flipping through the refereeing rule book when I got bored as a kid.
Yep. And we cannot adapt the game to the players. The players have to adapt to the rules of a game. The rules are written in gold. It's like the law of a country. You cannot come to the country and say, this is what the laws in my country is, so I'm going to do it in your country. No, the rules, the laws are different. A lot of things they let people get away with, shirt pulling or taking this guy down, or we'll review it after it's done. Or an offside is played and the referee said play on until the ball stopped. A player can get injured.
Mm-hmm. Real
badly, and then what you say about it? Nothing. You can't say, oh, well, I let the game. No, if he's offside from Jump Street, you call it. It's like if the guy fouled the other guy, you don't wait till it moves on, except if it's in their penalty box and it's a breakaway.
Yeah.
Yes, then you use that rule. That rule applies.
Yeah, because there's already a rule for advantage.
Correct, for advantage. And you don't play that rule for advantage only when you feel like.
Yeah.
Yep, and they're not playing the breakaway rule, whereas if it's a fast break, you don't make that call, you let that call go. Well, it's on your side of the field. No, it doesn't matter, because that man could progress and score a goal.
Right.
I've seen it several times where he blew that whistle, and their explanation, announcer's explanation is like, well, he's on their side of the field.
That doesn't matter.
A breakaway is a breakaway, and a red card is needed. And a breakaway on a foul, whether the keeper or whether the defender or the sweeper or fullback commit that foul, it's a red card. Mm-hmm. And they didn't use that. I don't know. I haven't seen it written anywhere where it's not.
Yeah, it's just the consistency with the rules that we thought we knew, right? Of you can't pull somebody's shirt. That's
correct.
Giving them a hard disadvantage. You're fouling them.
Right.
This is the most short pulls I've ever seen in a World Cup.
Yep.
Like, you would think, referees can't see everything, right? You think a two-handed shove here and there, like, that they might miss. Okay, sure. They've got 20 cameras everywhere in every stadium. They've got VAR sitting there looking at the game for a reason to, like, catch the stuff that the main referees may not see, or, like, recommend stuff. Didn't see a lot of that get called.
No, I didn't see any of it get called. And another thing that I don't like to see for a game of soccer, when a man passes the ball, he no longer have the ball, his body's relaxed. Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of teams that after he passes the ball will push or will hit. That's a foul.
Yeah, that's how you hurt somebody. That's how you give somebody whiplash.
Yes, that's a foul, and a repeated after a warning becomes a yellow. One warning, that's all it takes. Do not do this again, that's a foul. If that player went ahead and proceed to do it a second time, it's a yellow card. It's not like his name is whatever it is. Mm-hmm. No, that don't matter. Yeah. The rules of the game matters over the person that plays the game. Mm-hmm. And I think it's Holland that does it repeatedly.
Oh, yeah, the Netherlands did it.
The Netherlands did it repeatedly.
Who were they playing? Was it Egypt or...
Yes, when they played Egypt, every time they're pushing, the ball is gone, do not hit the players. Contact, no contact, because soccer is a contact sport only when the man has the ball. There's no posting up in soccer. I see guys are posting up. Hello, it's not a part of soccer.
Right.
Because
it's not football or basketball.
Basketball where men are posting up. But no, you can mark the man and you can stand on it. You can breathe, you can smell his deodorant. But you don't have to hold him, push him, or touch him.
Right.
You can put your hands on him to keep contact to where he is located.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just kind of fascinating from the perspective of, like, I played up through high school. You played forever. And knowing what the expectations of the rules that we played with are supposed to be. And then just, I guess that... I don't know if it's at the highest level only or if the rules have changed for, like, the lower levels of the game as well, but it just doesn't seem like a great way to keep consistency or to keep people healthy.
Well, FIFA has bullet points for every situation in the game.
Yeah, like the rule manual is huge, right?
No, it's very small.
Is it really?
Very, very small. The infractions are very small. They're very easy to follow.
Yeah.
Did you see this, this, or this? VAR should not be a consideration.
Well, it's supposed to support those things, right?
Yes, yes. The referee on the field is supposed to be eyes, ears, nose, and everything. Like, for example, if a player verbally insults another player, VAR don't hear this, but the referee is there to do it. That's his job. He can see, because remember, he follows the game in a bubble. The way the referee referees, I'll give you a good example. On the left side of the field, the referee only does from the halfway line to the end line. On the other side of the field, he does from halfway to the other end line. There's a bubble that goes the opposite way of both guys, so the field is covered. They created that so that when we referee, we know where to be to see the play. So if he is there, he will see the play. His other two eyes, his ARs are his other two eyes.
Right.
So he's playing with four eyes on the field. You don't miss much. I can hear every player speak when I'm on the field, regardless of how many people in the stands.
Yeah.
Because I am focused in on the rules, and I wouldn't let those get out of my. That's why the manual is this small.
It's easy.
Yes.
What are you looking forward to, like upcoming as far as soccer goes? We got 4 years till another World Cup. The Major League Soccer is back in action once again. Women's World Cup is next summer. Is there anything that you're like keeping an eye on?
Yes. What I'd like to see in competitive soccer is a lot more skills and a lot less contact. Like the Canadian that had his leg broken. You don't need to. You don't need to be hard. Soccer is supposed to be a skilled game. Being a skilled game, you have to play defense and offense. If you see how Spain built the team, Spain built the team from the back forward, right? They build the best players at the back, and they move forward.
Yeah.
And they played, the whole team play offense, and the whole team play defense. If you notice, when Spain is on the attacking, their fullbacks are way forward because the defender passes back at the ball to the offense, the winger will pass back to the defender.
Right.
Defender would then pass it to the midfielder who squeezes to the center.
Yeah.
Easier to get the ball on the other side.
Right.
It's just a tactic.
Yeah.
When people look at a soccer game, they look for the excitement. When I look at a soccer game, I look for the tactics they're using and how they run the ball. And the ball never goes directly to the middle. The center forward is always a decoy. He's always running to create space for the guy who's coming behind him.
Yeah.
And when that guy comes behind him, that's where they get their shots from. You know, he pulls the middle of the field open.
Yeah.
Like they'll send forward the inside midfielder, and then they'll pull him out. That creates a big opening.
Yeah.
Or they'll get you on the right side and they play touch. In the middle of the field is wide open because you keep drawing guys to defend that side of the field. And that, can create a different thing. I like to see teams create different formats in which they play. And I'd like to see the players, instead of them being hard-nosed and nasty, I want to see them more skillful and more friendly. Soccer is a friendly game.
Yeah.
When guys leave the field, they shake each other's hand, but do they mean it?
Yeah.
Very few guys do, because the guys that do play on the same teams together worldwide in Europe
and you can tell.
And you can tell. Soccer is supposed to be, if I trip you and take you down, I run back and pick you up.
Yeah. It's supposed to be built off of sportsmanship.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, and that's how I learned it. If you're not going to be a good sportsmanship, you need to sit on the side. You need to be on the bench.
Yeah. And speaking of like the skill, like every player on Spain's team, skillful player. Like you look at, if you want to look at individual players like Lamine Yamal, I think that's one of the reasons I feel like he's an exciting kid to watch. Is like, he looks like he's having fun.
Yes.
Almost like he used to see like Neymar and Ronaldinho. They're just having a blast out there.
If you notice how Ronaldinho play, Ronaldinho smiles all the way. He does not front. When he's beating you, he's beating you for the second or the third time, he's laughing because he is having fun.
Yep.
Even the new kid that plays on Brazil that they bring on as a sub. Endrick.
Yeah.
If you notice him play, he's smiling. Mm-hmm. If you notice how Lamar plays, he's smiling because he is enjoying that part of the game.
Yeah. Even if you look at the big guy from Norway, Holland. He's all the time, right?
He's always smiling. And then when the ball is lost, he's happy to run back because he's like, I missed this one.
Yeah.
I should have done this. Yeah, that's what the smiling guys do. That's how they think.
Yeah.
They play the game for enjoyment, but guess what? In the enjoyment, they're getting results.
Yeah. Because they enjoy the game so much, they play the game like it's supposed to be played.
Yes. Some people play the game for the money because the money is good, but some people play the game for the fun of it. And if you play a sport for fun, nobody can play better than you. As Jordan, he'll tell you. Jordan played when he was done playing, he was done. You couldn't pay him to play because he already made enough money. Mm-hmm. And there was nothing else to intrigue his psyche.
Yeah.
He was there, he was done. Yep. And age didn't matter to him. He was done. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Atlanta United is sort of back in town, back playing the second half of the season. So I'm sure we will have a lot to say about that as we see them attempt to not be the last place team in the conference.
Well, the way it looks, they would not be the last place team in the conference.
They've started playing soccer better, right?
Yes. Okay, so I'll explain a little what I see.
Yeah.
Prior to this coach, he inherited all the players.
Yes.
But this coach plays a different format of soccer.
Yeah, Tata Martino has his style.
His style. And win or lose, he's going to embed his style into his players because that's what he believes in. And if you don't want to play his style, you're going to sit on the bench. Mm. And he's going to find somebody on the bench to play his style. Muyamba and those guys, Fortune, are playing his style. They're on the field all the time.
Yeah.
That's why they're playing his style. So once the team learn the style that they need to play, they're going to be dangerous. Mm-hmm. They played against Charlotte. They played his style until substitution.
Yeah.
And then
it fell apart.
And then it fell apart because the guys that you brought them in for legs. But if you ask me, I would say he should have left the guys who look tired because they're still playing that style. Mm. They're defending right, they organize, they're playing short, and they move forward, and they still can score playing short because they're playing a style of soccer that he wants them to play.
Yeah.
And his style is very, very effective. Just look at his history. Atlanta, Mexico,
Miami, Barcelona.
His style is a winning style. A lot of people cannot defend it because it has a lot of variation to it. The players have to play the variation style. And when they do, you're in trouble because you don't know. And I think that the players that he have right now are learning the style properly. Mm-hmm. And once they learn the style, Atlanta would be good. They're good. They got good players.
Yeah, everything looks good on paper, right?
Yes, but you got to bounce the ball.
Yeah, the ball's got to go in the back of the net.
That's right.
I will say that there were a lot of games in the first half of the season where Atlanta just got shut out, like they didn't score at all. But I think they've scored almost every game since they came back.
Yes. Not only that, their possession level is up.
It is. Yeah.
It is. They get more touch with it. Soccer is sort of like basketball. The more I touch the ball, the more better the ball feels. Mm-hmm. And if I can touch the ball 3 times in the next minute and a half, I'm in the game. Yeah. Whereas if I don't touch the ball at all, I'm just running in vain. So his players touch the ball a lot. They always pass him back and forth in the middle, go to the right side, come back to the middle. You think we're going to the left side? No, we go back to the right side. That's Tata's style. Yeah. And a lot of people know it, but they don't know when the players are going to go back to that side that they need to go to.
Yeah, it's less predictable that way.
It's less predictable. He gives the players the vision to do what they need to do, but this is the format that you need to play. Okay, we go right side, left side, middle, right side, left side, middle. Oh, next side is open. There's only one man out there now.
Yeah.
He's standing on an island by himself. Give it to him. He'll put it back, and everybody from the right side be running, crashing the goal.
Right.
That's how Martinez used to score a lot.
Yeah, Joseph, yeah.
Yes, because they play right side, left side, left side, left side, left side. He goes to the right side because he knows that ball is coming.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he has space.
He
could beat anybody.
Anybody to the ball.
Yep.
Any aggressive striker would beat you to the ball.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if I think Joseph's what, 5'7", 5'8"?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He just needs to know that when the ball is coming. And if he knows that ball is going to come to the defender, he just have to beat the defender. A deflection. That's how he scores most of his goals.
Yep.
On deflection.
He'll run you down, and then he'll beat you to the ball.
Yep. That's it. Because he keeps a faster step.
Yeah.
He knows what he has to do to maintain or get a touch on the ball. If you can get a touch on the ball, you lost. But yeah, Atlanta would be a good team. Just look for them. Look for the form of their Tata coaches.
Yeah. It's less about what you think is happening on paper and what you see on the field.
Correct.
Okay.
I stopped by and look at them practice a few times. The drills they use. It's like, okay, makes sense.
So there's hope.
There's hope. There's a lot of hope for Atlanta. It don't look good now because they're all learning a format.
Yeah.
They're learning the way Tata coaches and what he expects out of them. Like Fortune.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate he got hurt. And he did get hurt by a kick.
Yeah.
He didn't get hurt by himself. That guy
kicked him. He never gets hurt by himself. It's always somebody comes after the ball's gone, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That guy hit him before he passed the ball last time. And if he could have stayed in the game, Atlanta would have been on their way because they've been practicing with him as an offensive striker.
Yeah.
And then Moyamba would play the defensive midfield. He would play the offensive midfield because he has a great shot.
Yeah, I've noticed Jay get all the way towards the top of the box, even further than Latte Lat used to do.
Yes.
And Jay might be the best striker of the ball on the team. He might be the best shooter.
Yes, he is. I think he is far a better striker on the ball from a distance than anybody is. Because remember, he's short and stocky, and his ball does not rise much.
Yeah.
His ball stays low. His shot stays very low. He makes the keeper save it.
Yeah, he's got a lot of control.
Yes, and that would if you make the keeper save the ball, it makes an opportunity for your center forward to just put it in that on an easy go.
Dad, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. Before we get out of here, is there anything else you want the people to know? Yeah,
I think we need more people to play soccer and enjoy the sport while you're playing it, and don't be angry about it. It's an enjoyable sport. A lot of technique and a lot of skills involved. Go ahead and have fun. Perfect. Well, I better get back on the field. I got to sign up for a league or something soon. But thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. Let's do this again soon. My pleasure. Good. Let's go watch some soccer. You got it. All right. Take care. Yep. All right, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for listening to Center Circle. Shout out to my dad for joining me on the podcast. I know he's going to listen to this one, so hey, Dad, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love you. Talking about soccer and analyzing how people play the game with him is one of my favorite things to do, so that was really special for me personally. If you guys enjoyed that interview, let me know. Hit me up on social media or email, or if you see me around, let me know what you thought. There's more coming up where that came from, so stay tuned. If you liked what you heard so far, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and leave a rating if you feel so inclined. Share with a friend who loves soccer or someone who's getting into soccer right now. It helps the show out a ton, and we can ride this ride together. Word of mouth. Let's do it. If you're into the social media thing, you can find the show on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Center Circle Soccer Pod and Blue Sky at Center Circle Sock Pod. That's SOC Pod. And if you have questions or have suggestions for things I should talk about, send me a DM or send me an email at centercirclesoccerpod@gmail.com. Music and artwork for the podcast are by me. And that's all for today. So until next time, stay breezy, drink some water, watch some soccer, and I'll see you next time. Deuces.